No split decision. Wow, there's a 30-27. Pennington looks upset. What the fuck? What the fuck? They went with Pennington. The crowd is booing. What the fuck? Yo! What the? Oh my God! Whoa, my God. The crowd is not happy. Even Pennington. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Dude, that's insane. That's insane. Pennington's trying to justify it and the crowd's just booing over her. She goes, I don't care about the boost tonight. Oh my God. Yo, if you had money on that, you just got. That's so messed up. Oh my God. That's crazy, man. That's craziness. A judge had 30-27. And Pennington, look on Pennington's face was like, oh, well, how do you give the first round to Pennington? How? She was outstruck 70-13 in the first round. 70-13. There was a 30-27. After 31 years of existence, the UFC is starting to catch up with boxing and other combat sports with the corruptness of scoring. This has become an epidemic, and Dana White was asked about it after UFC 307.
What did you think of the judging in the co-main event? I mean, it seemed to me.
I thought your judging tonight was atrocious.
Yeah.
He thought your judging is atrocious.
It seemed to me.
I thought your judging tonight was atrocious.
I thought your judging is atrocious.
I thought your judging tonight was atrocious.
Yeah.
Did you think the judging was atrocious?
Felt like I was at a boxing match in Ireland tonight. Tonight was atrocious.
Yeah.
Felt like I was at a boxing match in Ireland tonight.
What did you think of the?
It's like he's about to eat a bale of hay. Apparently, judging is turning Dana White into a horse. Take a peek at these scorecards. I'm going to showcase 4 fights on UFC Utah 307, and I'm going to ask you in the comment section what you thought about the scoring, and do you think something weird is going on? You could actually debate some of the other fights on the card as well, but I'm going to focus on these 4. Here's Tisha Pennington versus Carla Esparza. This is fight number 2 on the card, a very lackluster fight, a fight where Carla Esparza openly said that she was going to retire, and she competes one more time against Tisha Pennington. Now, listen, I did pick Carla in this fight. I thought it was a really solid underdog, and by the way, Carla won. But not according to the judges. The judges said differently over here, and maybe I'm biased. Let me know in the comment section if you think I'm biased, but I don't know what the hell they were looking at. If you look at it, Sal D'Amato says that Pennington won 2 of the 3 rounds, round 1 and 2, and then Carla Esparza wins round number 3. If you look at the second judge, Stephen Frager, Carla Esparza won round 1, and then the next 2 rounds, Tisha Pennington. And then you look at Dan Fuse, good old Dan Fuse, says all 3 rounds went to Tisha Pennington. Ladies and gentlemen, I have no idea what Dan Fuse was watching. Look at the comments over here. Inconsistent scoring by Sal. If that's your criteria, in round 3, round 1 is Esparza. 30-27 is crazy, though. Who the fuck is Dan Fuse? Should be a loss for both. Awful fight. Dan Furs is cooked. Stephen Frager and...
Who the fuck is that guy?
First time I've ever seen those names in my entire life. What is that Sal D'Amato scorecard? Makes no sense. Giving Tisha the first round is criminal. Agreed. Fire the man who gave 30-27 to Tisha. 30-27 is actually insanely stupid. What a robbery. Sal D'Amato is as true to himself as always and totally effing up a scorecard compared to what actually went down. No round 1 for Carla, but gave her round 3? What? It's been said a million times, but how is he still a judge? How the hell did she win round 1? You get the point, right? If you have that many people complaining about this, well, you got to scratch your head and say, okay, something is wrong. Now I'm going to bring you to Mario Batista versus Jose Aldo. A lot of people were yelling and screaming, saying Scarface got it done. You have Derek Cleary saying round 1 was in favor of Batista, round 2 Aldo, round 3 for Batista. You have Mike Bell saying that round 1 goes to Batista. You got round 2 going to Aldo. You got round 3 going to Batista. That's 2 judges on the same page. And then you have Chris Lee saying that the first round went to Batista and then 2 and 3 went to Aldo. Not too much of a difference in the scorecard, but apparently the control time was the difference to the judges. We never know. Sometimes the judges favor control time. Sometimes judges say you have to be active and inflict some sort of damage, advance the position with the control time, and then sometimes judges just suck. Here are the comments. Well, at least Chris Lee got it right. I don't know what they were watching. You know it's bad when we got people only agreeing with Chris Lee. Arrest Derek and Mike. Someone send me these scammer judges' historical calls, eyeballs. Pink Judge is the only one that knows what he's doing. UFC really is going downhill. Official bunch of bullshit. You effing cheaters. Something's got to be changed. Control time is a horseshit way to win a fight. Send it to the feds. Clear evidence of a robbery. We move on to the co-main event of UFC 307. And here is Raquel Pennington versus Juliana Pena. I thought Raquel won 3 of the 5 rounds. Now, this fight was terrible, so I don't care. And I picked Juliana Pena to win. My underdog hit. But I honestly think Raquel got 3 rounds. Do I really care who won this? No, but thank you, judges, for letting me win my bet. You have Sal D'Amato with the first 3 rounds in favor of Juliana Pena, and then 4 and 5 for Raquel Pennington. You have Derek Cleary, who mixes it up a little bit. As the first round, he has Pennington. The second and third, he has Juliana Pena. And then the 4th and 5th, he has for Raquel Pennington. A 48-47 for the first 2 judges, but they disagree on who gets the 48 and who gets the 47. And then you have Mike Bell in favor of Juliana Pena, the first 3 rounds in favor of Pena, and 4 and 5 in favor of Raquel Pennington. So Mike Bell and Sal D'Amato on the same page, whereas Derek Cleary, he went with Rocky. Here we go. Let's check out the replies. Y'all know this was a robbery. Rigged. Fuck those judges. Got robbed just to try to get Nunes back. Sal D'Amato and Mike Bell, disaster class. Shocker. Pennington was robbed, and the judges are blind as bats. Move on over to the main event. You have Alex Pereira knocking out Khalil Roundtree in round number 4. Now, Alex Pereira defends his belt one more time, saves another card. That was terrible. Let's be honest. UFC 307 was horseshit. But Alex Pereira gets another phenomenal victory over a guy that was ranked number 8.
Wonderful.
I'll give Alex a pass. It's not his fault. He got the job done. Had a little trouble on the way there. But the thing that really threw me off was the first 2 rounds the judges gave to Khalil Roundtree. Now, I had it split going into round number 3, and we all know what happened in round number 4. But all 3 judges had the first 2 for Khalil. If you look at the stats over here, there was no control time to worry about or takedowns or any of that. They stood and banged. But if you look at the stats, round 1, 15 strikes to 10 in favor of Pereira. You had significant strikes, 15 to 10. So on paper, Alex Pereira won that one. Round 2, you had 18 to 11. Same thing with the significant strikes, 18 to 11 in favor of Alex Pereira. Round number 3, you had Alex Pereira hitting him up 31 to 25. And significant strikes 31 to 25 as well. So on paper, Alex Pereira was winning those rounds. Now, like I said, watching is different live because effective striking plays a part. And when guys are getting cracked in certain ways and damage is being created, you score it differently than what the numbers say. But in this situation, I thought that Alex won one of those rounds. And on paper, it says the same. But to look at this, all 3 judges having the first 2 rounds for Khalil Roundtree, it really does make me scratch my head. Thankfully, Alex didn't let it go to the judges, and he destroyed Khalil's face. Got his hand raised, stayed on still. The comments on this one. I gave Alex Pereira the first round. Dang, he was winning. He was actually surprised. Alex ain't about that judge's life. It's a weird thing. Because every time I watch these fights and I watch it in real time, I see one thing and then I replay it and I see another. We're human. And when humans make decisions or give an opinion, we're all going to be thinking things differently. The criteria for scoring in the UFC needs to change immediately. And I've always spoken about this. Very simple. Score by rounds. Put the score up on the Jumbotron, just like any other sport. Let's see the real-time striking, the effective striking, the control time. Even have a stat for some sort of damage. You can calculate it in whatever way you'd like. And let's see per round who is winning the fight so we know what we're watching as a fan base. Enough is enough. There's a debate about live scoring. There's a debate about let's keep it the way it already is. But why replicate what they're doing in boxing? Why not be trendsetters and do things a little bit differently? Throughout the 31 years of existence, the UFC has been doing things differently from day one. Why are we mimicking boxing with scoring? The 10-point system, all that stuff. It's time to change. You saw what the UFC did with Noche. It's there. They just need to make a change. The question I have for you is why? Why is the UFC not making any changes? Why are they keeping it the same? If you want my answer, I'll give it to you right now. It's because of gambling. That's it. Because you can't have live odds if you have live scoring. Gambling is literally ruining every sport. Corruption is ruining every sport. But let me just say this. If you want to participate in ruining the sport like I do, well, go on over to mybookie.ag and use code MMA-Holes for a 10% match in your first deposit. Now that I got that out of the way, let me know your comments down below. What do you think of the state of the UFC? Is it driving you nuts? What'd you think about UFC 307? How can we fix scoring? Once again, I need to know.